Hello? Alright, stop the presses, we gotta stop here. Okay, so I was working on my next project, right? Which I'll show you guys in a different video. We did it, we got it, it's here. Okay, so for the last couple of months I've been waiting on a local gaming company that just moved to town. They were looking for staff painters, not really staff painters, contractors. They need people to paint minis for them, but they don't hire them on staff. They do it through like a contracting thing. But they give you this like little painting kit that you need to paint so they can see if you're good or not, and you got to fill out an application, which I got to do a little bit later online. But I'm going to try it. I'm going to try to become a contractor for this company, so they send me stuff to paint, and I get paid for it. So I can paint it here and show you guys me painting it, and then give it to them, and they do whatever the hell they do with them. I don't know what they do with them. I don't know if they're display pieces, if they're just for photographs, or if they're sitting on somebody's desk at work because somebody forgot to get them a Christmas present. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I just know they pay me to paint them, and then I give them back to them. But they got the painting kit here. It's 3 minis and 2 environment bases. But yeah, I've got this like werewolf with some armor on. I got this adventurer with armor on and a gun. She's got a gun. What? That's strange. Okay, but it's got like a knockoff jetpack from from Games Workshop. Okay, all right. And a little battle mech. I don't know if it's from Battle Mech or not. It looks like it could be from Battle Mech. These are just knockoffs of other things. They printed them on a resin printer. They probably have in the back of the store. That's what it looks like to me. They are resin. I know I asked. And then they got these 2 little environments, which are probably what I'm going to paint first just to get my feet wet. And I've got some really cool ideas for this one with the bumpy rocks. I want the rocks to be glowing so I can show that I can do some OSL. But yeah, that's what we're doing today. In today's video, I'm going to go through painting all 3 of these. And then it might take a little longer to come out because I want the end of the video to be whether or not I got the job or whether or not they'll be using me. So all right, hey, so editing DJ here. I recorded this particular clip on March 19th of 2025, and I am editing this video right now on June 5th 2025, and unfortunately there's no concrete answer as to whether I have the job or I don't have the job. It looks very good and very promising, but I'll explain it later in the video, but just know that there's not going to be a definitive answer by the end of this. So, yeah, let's get back to it. Today we'll find out if I'm good enough to be a staff painter. Replay the intro. Hello, mini freaks! My name is DJ, and this is my world in miniature. The first thing I got to do, though, is I've got to prime these guys. I use Chaos Black spray primer from Citadel. It's the best one I've found so far. So I'm going to prime these guys with this. Then while the primer dries and gets fully set up onto the mini, which takes a second because I don't want anything to be gummy or anything like that, I'm going to clean up my desk because my desk is horribly dirty. I haven't really been here for a couple weeks now. I've been going through some stuff, and so I'm kind of taking a break. But we're going to clean it up, we're going to get it ready, and then we're going to start painting. Okay, so the thing you got to remember about priming your miniatures is you've got to shake your can a lot. Ooh, I'm almost out. But you gotta really, really shake it. And I mean like, for like 2 to 5 minutes. Because if you don't, what's gonna happen is, well, what can happen, I guess, sometimes nothing will happen. But if you don't do it consistently, one time or another, you'll get an inconsistent priming. The chemicals in there don't cure properly, and so you can get a sticky miniature. Sometimes it gets super smooth, and it gets really hard for you to put any actual paint on it because it just beads up on the surface. So always remember to shake your can vigorously before you actually start priming your miniature.
A few moments later. 6.5 hours later. 2,000 years later.
Hello, and welcome to the voiceover section of this video. In this video, I will show you how to paint minis for the man. No, keep the music. I like the music. Alright, I'm having a lot of fun editing this today. Anyways, we're going to start off with this stone base. It's a very simple base. Right here, I'm mixing a bunch of different grays. I try not to put more than 2 grays together. I said that really weird. What I mean is, like, I don't like having grays touching each other. I kind of do, but kind of don't. It's more of an eyeball thing, but like you want to have more than one gray to mix up the color on the stone. You'll see it when I show you the final thing. I try not to keep too many of the same colors next to each other. That's basically all I'm saying here. Now I'm mixing up a sepia wash to put on top just to give it a little bit of grime, wiping it off with a towel, and then I'm going to use a dry brush of a neutral gray over the whole thing to kind of tie it all together. And then I'm going to take the same neutral gray and I'm edge highlighting all the stones so that they all have a little bit of an edge highlight. And there you go. That's the end. That's the finished product. All I got to do is hit it with some sealer and then you're good to go. So let's move on to the next one. Alright, so the next one is the kind of like pavement looking thing with the stone sticking out of it. Actually, I don't know what it's supposed to be. I read it as asphalt or pavement. So what you're seeing here is I'm mixing up a little bit of an asphalt mix. I put some gray, black, purple, and some sand and mixed it all together and then painted it on to make it kind of give it that asphalty texture. So that's what you see me doing now. Anytime you see me go out of frame and like hold it, I have a little fan that I keep on my desk, and what I'm doing is I'm drying the paint so I can start the other layer. If you start the layer before it's dry, it ends up creating splotchy spots, and you pick up some of the paint that you had already put down and all that kind of stuff. So if you ever see me do that, that's what I'm doing. I'm like holding it next to a fan so I can get it nice and dry so I can start the next layer. Now I'm starting the yellow lines. To make in the middle of the asphalt, you know, in the middle of a road, it has 2 yellow lines. So I got a sheet of paper and I drew on some lines just to get them kind of straight, and then I'm taking yellow and kind of just brushing it on. I'm not getting it too thick because it's an old road that has these stones growing out of it, so it's a little worn, a little used, so it's gonna have some missing paint and all that kind of stuff on it. So that's what I'm working on now. Alright, so here I am mixing another sepia wash. I'm going to put that in places that are in between where the asphalt was cracked, so it kind of looks like a little bit dirty and a little bit of dirt underneath it has been caught up in between all the cracks. And so that's what I'm doing here now. I'm starting to paint all the rocks green because I want them to look like they're glowing and kind of growing out of the asphalt itself. So all the rocks get painted with a moth green color. It's a Reaper colored paint. It's a really good for green glows. Ethereal green glows. Oh man, that's hard to say. Yeah, so what I do here is I paint all the rocks themselves this green color, and then I'm going to go and mix the green color in with a little bit of white, and I'm going to hit all the edges with it to make it kind of look like the edges are refracting light from the inside back in on itself. You know, like how some things, the edges look brighter than it actually is when it's glowing. That's what I'm going to do here. And then you kind of just fan out the light from all the rocks. So it's a gradient from where the rock starts kind of out a little bit. The longer the gradient, the bigger the light, like the more abundant of a light source it is. So you got to think about that when you're doing it. And so that's what I'm doing. And now I'm just painting the outside black because I got some green on it, and then we should be good. And so, like as I was saying a couple seconds ago, you can see how the edges are a little lighter than the flat faces of the rocks, and it kind of gives it that glowing effect. I made it really small gradients because I didn't want them to be super glowy. They're just enough for kind of like light your path while you're walking. That's pretty much what I wanted to do, and I think I pulled it off pretty well. All right, guys. So here I am, I think a day's left. Here's a sneak peek of what the mech's gonna look like, but you don't get to see much of that. Anyways, I just want to come and say thank you guys for watching this far into the video. Like and subscribe if you guys like what you see here. Leave a comment wishing me luck when I finally turn these in. Hopefully tomorrow. I hope to get this guy done today, but I've got I chose to do a really stupid pattern on him. It's gonna take me forever and a day to do, but but yeah. So I'm gonna finish this guy up. I just wanted to pop in here in the video from the future, but not really because this was all done in the past, to say thanks for watching and subscribe and all the new YouTuber stuff. All right, thank you very much. Alright, so after that appetizer, it's on to the main event. In lieu of this video being an hour and a half long, we're going to try and get through the 3 of these in around 6 minutes, which also happens to be the length of one of my favorite violin concertos, so I'm going to put that on. If you can tell me what it is in the comments, that'd be cool. If not, just listen and enjoy. But we're going to try and get through these, and I'll try and tell you what's going on. Alright, so unfortunately, I only have footage of me base coating all of these guys, and I do all the detailing off camera. So you'll see me base all of these guys. Then you'll see me do a little tiny reveal of what they look like, and then we'll get to the end and do the big fancy shots at the end and get it all done. If you guys have any questions though at all about what I'm doing, feel free to ask in the comments. I try to answer every comment that I get, or at least acknowledge that it's there by giving you a little heart thing. You can still get some stuff from watching me do this stuff, and so I hope that you guys can enjoy it. Well, that's kind of awkward. This isn't the first time I've told somebody it'll be a long time and it ends in 2 minutes. And I called it good. Thank you guys so much for watching to the end of the video. I really wish that I would have done a lot more on the recording of the detail side, but I really wanted to get this stuff right since I was submitting it in for a job application basically. So I kind of hunkered down and did what I could. If you guys have any questions about how any of this stuff was done, don't hesitate to ask down in the comments. I will answer everybody I can. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. And oh, I didn't tell you. So the whole thing is they were asking people to apply for a position they weren't ready to hire for yet. So I go in every 2 weeks and I say, hey, I'm still wanting that job, and they say, yeah, you're still you're still first on the list to call, because like they pulled my minis out from all the submissions and they have them up on a shelf, and they're going to call me as soon as they can hire for the position, because it comes with doing classes and doing paint clubs for this particular game store, and so that's what's going on. I forgot that I was needing to tell you that. Peace.